Alright, time for a review, a video game review. I know, the whole, what about the vinyl thing? It's coming. I just thought I'd do a quick review that I just feel like I need to do. The review is of a game that is as 80s as the 80s would be and will be and ever would be. Yeah. Now, I know it's a bit strange that me, a kid born from the 90s, is reviewing a game that was made for people that lived in the 80s. But me, as a child growing up, I was brought up on the 80s music and films, among other things. And I feel like as I played this game, it grew into my soul of what I was brought up on and gave me what I deserved. And that is a game of the 80s. Now, since I was brought up on the 80s style, I understood all these subtle hints. The hints of Evil Dead, the hints of Terminator, Robocop, Aliens. I understood those hints, and many other hints they have. Do you know what? I'm ready to tell you why. Because I was brought up on 80s stuff. Yeah, I know, not as dramatic as I thought it'd be, but 80s. I am somebody who would believe that if someone came up to me and said, the 80s were a terrible generation, a terrible year, the worst decade ever. Well, if they do that, I will scatter them to death. Or chud them to death. Or reanimate them to death. You know, the subtle hints of life, as it were. Now, before anybody else sees this, there's one thing I'm going to say. One of my first earliest memories of a kid, 4 or 5, was watching John Carpenter's The Thing. I know what you're thinking. And that, my friends, that film brought me on the path of the 80s. That and Karate Kid and Terminator and Aliens and Evil Dead and Night of the Creeps, Night of the Demons, Demons 2, The Reanimators, From Beyond. Anyway, let's get ready for my Far Cry 3 review of Blood Dragon 80 style. And I'm back, ready for the review. The game is great. It's so 80s, you'd understand. If you're a big 80s fan, you'll understand all the humour. Every little bit. The one-liners, the cheesiness, the graphic violence, the aesthetics of it, of what movies are trying to duplicate. All the small details that are in this game, you will understand if you're a big 80s fan. And early 90s fan of action, horror, thriller, sci-fi, understand all that. Now, if you don't understand it, the humour and all that of it, and the understanding of what they're putting in there, you will hate it. There are people out there that have played this game and goes, and that do not understand at all of what the game is trying to be about, which is kind of strange, because at least everybody in the world has seen at least one part of the 80s of the films and such that, you know, you'd think they'd at least get one reference, but they don't. Who cares? For us, they do. This game is brilliant. The gameplay wise, it is Far Cry 3 with lasers and sex, 8-bit style, or 8-bit and 80 style, and great one-liners. It's great. It really is. Now the rest of the stuff I'm going to talk about within the gameplay. Now gameplay wise, it's Far Cry 3 with new skin and slightly different perks. You run a lot faster, you don't have to use vehicles much, you can jump higher, you can throw karate stars instead of
whatever knives, I guess it was in Far Cry 3 if I remember correctly. And you can basically do what a power soldier can do. Now, if you haven't played Far Cry 3, still, from what you're seeing, give it a go. If you think it looks interesting, it fucking works beautifully. The game's story isn't open-ended in the way Far Cry 3 was. It, in a way, is 80s, and depending on your views, that side of the story can be called stupid or uninteresting. But for me, I don't care. If I can kill robot Trump soldiers, I'm all for it. Now, you start the game off as Power Rex, a super soldier in a post-apocalyptic world where an evil, psychotic asshole is trying to kill the world. Again. Really, I don't care what you say, that's badass. Destroying an already dead world, evil as fuck. You can earn upgrades by doing quests that are unlocked after you destroy a garrison. And the upgrades are great. Laser machine guns, explosive quad barrel shotguns, Robocop's pistol, it all works. And it's all fun as hell. Now, animal-wise, they're all there. Snakes, sharks, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, giant dinosaur blood dragons that shoot lasers out of their mouth and eyes that have a bloodthirst for cyber hearts. You know, the main physics of most 80s ideas. Now, all we need is a cyber panther and zillion birds and oh wait, they're in as well. Fuck yeah. The game is chock full of little things, such as collecting videotapes, turning on TVs to unlock other stuff, killing things in an explosive fashion. The game has it all. Also, those things also add to certain upgrades, such as more ammo, explosive sniper shots. Now, if you thought the menus in Far Cry 3 were annoying or a bit tedious, Blood Dragon turns the menu of buying ammo and upgrades to the bare basics. You can also buy ammo, easy, buy all, bulletproof vests, and health. Now the greatest part of the game, for me, gameplay wise, and this should be in every video game, is a middle finger button. You kill someone in awesome fashion, their body goes flying, give them the finger, and it's a badass one-liner. Also sometimes it helps out if Rex doesn't say the one-liner, you say the one-liner. Looks like you're missing a head, asshole. Dun dun dun. Okay, I'll stop it. Music wise, the game is completely 80s. Synthesizers, bit of metal in there, it works. But screw all this detailing it, just listen for yourself.
I'm back. At the end of the review, I'm saying this. I give this game 5 demonic dead eyes out of 5. It is great. If you are an 80s fan, if you cherish the 80s, if you cherish the music, the ideology, the beauty of it, this game's for you. If you do not, this game is still great. It has everything you'll enjoy of modern gaming, but with a twist. And that's exactly what the 80s were about. Life with a twist. And drugs. And sex. And drugs. Even more drugs. Even more sex. And gore. Did I say sex? And sex. And a bit of violence too. This game's for you. Rock on, fans. But by the way, when you play it, at times when you just want to go crazy and release that anger of yours, some 80s thrash music, it works well. Anyway, I'm signing off. Scanner style.